So as we just saw, a nail biter is a very close game between two teams or a match between two players, one that you can't tell who's going to win until the final seconds. It could also describe a really exciting movie.
Oh yeah, sure.
It's a nail-biting movie. It's
Absolutely.
A nail biter.
There you go. Well, Laura's watching. She doesn't know much about the team, so she's trying to decide who to cheer for, who to, hope that they win. So she says, I like the orange team because they have cool uniforms. Okay,
why not?
Why not? If you don't really care too much, pick the team whose color you like the most, and that's what she did. It's the color of their uniform. Uniform is spelled UNIFORM. A uniform is basically an organized set of clothing that will be worn by a group of people to show that they're a little bit different, to show that they're part of the same group. Soldiers will wear uniforms, students often wear uniforms, and of course teams, athletes, when they're playing in a game will wear uniforms. So if I have the ball, I know who's on my team. I won't get confused and give the ball to someone else because my team, we all wear the same uniforms. And the uniforms are usually different colors, right?
That's right.
Very different colors.
Yeah. We also have a lot of other names for uniforms. Some people say the team's kit, the team's strip.
Oh, that's a good British one.
The team's shirt,
Sure.
the team's jersey,
Right, a team jersey.
Team's colors.
Yeah,
There's all these different names, and they all mean the clothes they wear, these matching uniforms. Now, Pat thinks Laura's idea of picking the orange team, he says that's a funny way to pick a team, just because they're in orange. He goes on to explain, in the US, most Americans cheer for their school team. So
Yes.
if they went to that college, even if it's not in their home state or hometown,
Sure.
they cheer for that college and their team.
They do.
For example, so here we saw the word cheer, spelled C-H-E-E-R. Here it's a verb. Cheer could be a noun as well, a cheer. But as a verb, it means to shout, sing, chant, or make noises to support and encourage someone. For example, the singer's fans started cheering wildly when he walked onto the stage.
All right, so now Laura knows who she's cheering for. She wants to know something a little more serious about this tournament. So she asks, who do you think will win the championship? Not just this game, but who will win the whole tournament? Who is the best college basketball team in America right now?
It's a good question, and Pat probably gives the safe answer. It's hard to say, meaning I just don't know. He explains there are so many good teams, so anything can happen.
Yeah.
These guys could win, these guys could win, the orange team could win.
That's right.
It's hard to say. I can't say for sure.
Yeah, and you probably don't want to say because you could be wrong. A lot of people thought
will laugh at you.
Golden State would win the NBA championship. They had an amazing season, but in the end it was the Cavs. So, there are surprises all the time. Back to the action. Laura's watching the game and she sees something very exciting. She says, whoa, did that guy just hit a 3-point shot? She's wondering if he hit a shot from very far away from the basket that, of course, will give you 3 points. That's a good shot.
So once again, I've been on Wikipedia to check what a 3-point shot is. It's a shot in basketball made from beyond or behind the 3-point line. So it's worth 3 points. A shot from inside is worth 2, and of course the free throw is worth 1. Okay, so the guy has hit a 3-point shot, and Laura says, that was amazing.
It was.
Wow.
If something's amazing, it's incredible, it's unbelievable, it's very, very, very surprising. Amazing is spelled A-M-A-Z-I-N-G, and yes, we use this adjective for things that are really, really special, things that are really unusual, rare, or just make you go, wow! For example, this book is amazing. You have to read it too. Obviously, it's a very, very good book.
I sure will. Now, Laura is impressed, but Pat says, you haven't seen anything yet, okay? We could also say, you ain't seen nothing yet. It's a slang way to say it. But what Pat means with that sentence, you haven't seen anything yet, he means more impressive things, more amazing things are going to happen. You've only just had a small taste, and it's going to get better, okay? He also adds, Johnson is really athletic. So he's not just a normal athlete, he's a great athlete. He's strong, he's fast, he's skillful. He's got it all.
Wow, and here's an example of the kind of amazing things he could do. Pat says, wait until he dunks. Ah, yes, one of the most dramatic, exciting plays in basketball. A dunk, we can use it as a noun, or to dunk, using it as a verb, is basically using your height and your leg muscles to jump up really high, maybe fly through the air for a bit if you're Michael Jordan, and basically drop the ball, I should say, into the basket. You're not shooting it from far away, you're getting right up close to the basket, using your height to get above and drop it down through there. Big 2 points, gets the crowd excited, and makes the other team go, oh, that was really good.
That's right. Laura is getting really excited by all this stuff. She says these NCAA games are really intense. Intense is spelled I-N-T-E-N-S-E, intense, and it means very exciting with strong feelings or lots of force and activity being involved. For example, this intense boxing match finished with both men throwing punches. Okay, so Pat has been talking about this intense game and how exciting it all is, but he's now going to take a look at something different about the NCAA. He says there are also some interesting traditions.
Ah, interesting. Yeah, because the NCAA has been around for a very, very long time. Here's an example of one of these traditions. He says at the end of the tournament, the winning team cuts down the nets with scissors. That's right. At the end of the game, all the players will run onto the basketball court, lift their heroes over their shoulders, and one of them will actually be lifted up, maybe on a ladder, but usually just people lift him. They give him some scissors, which we'll talk about, and they cut down the net.
Why?
Doesn't happen in the NBA. Scissors. This noun is spelled S-C-I-S-S-O-R-S. S-C-I-S-S-O-R-S. And yes, there is always an S at the end because with scissors you have two blades that work in opposition like this, and they can cut things very easily. If you're trying to cut paper, grab a pair of scissors. Much easier and safer than using a knife. And certainly if you're cutting down a basketball net, well, don't do it unless you win the NCAA tournament, but if you do, use scissors. For example, the children use scissors to cut shapes from pieces of colored paper.
Okay, I don't understand why they do that.
They take it home. It's a bit of a trophy.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Well, Laura is really excited by this idea. She says, really? I want to see that. You've got me hooked on March Madness.
Wow, good job, Pat.
So if you're hooked on something, or we use the be verb, be hooked on something, it means you're really interested in that thing, often to a level where you can't live without it. So therefore the phrase be hooked on something could be used in a bad way. You could be hooked on drugs or hooked on video games, so you just can't stop playing. In this case, Laura is hooked on March Madness. So that's not a bad thing. It just means she's really interested in what's going on. She wants to see the scissors, she wants to see the dunks, the three-point shoot, all this stuff, and hopefully support the orange team to their victory.
I guess so, and by the time they get down to the Final Four, right before they decide on the championship winner, she'll be watching all of those games, I can imagine.
That's a lot of games.
It's a lot of basketball.
I'm not sure if I could watch all of that, but I can't even watch one game.
The good thing is in America, right after March Madness, there's a few months of nothing.
Okay.
Because baseball hasn't started, the NBA isn't in the playoffs.
I see.
Kind of comes in the spring when sports is a little boring.
So you want to get, that makes sense. No wonder it's so popular if it's the only thing on TV.
Yeah.
Okay, well, that is the end of the article. We're going to leave Pat and Laura watching this game, but we're going to go now to today's For You chat question.